Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels, boy, I can't be touched. Hard, but I can't give up. I'm about to go hard and I won't give up. But you tell me about this God that you feel so much, and why you look so tough. Cause it's real, I be walking with them angels, boy, I can't be touched.
Warrior with the hands, that's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Payback in every breath, plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. And I been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat, so I better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like Santa Claus. Dumb dogs all barked out. Behind me say I cup full. No room for emotion, so I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to suffer. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head, and I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, you tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing, gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she's so beautiful. But they ain't like other babies, and they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do in that 98 Navy, the tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet, tried everything. I guess me and Johanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see, and I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man, they better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time, this Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in that black trench on some hitman shit. She call me 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why, tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame, new bitch. Ain't loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me, bitch. I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame, new bitch. Ain't loyal to the king.
This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, for the white man, for the white man, families didn't shift across the Atlantic. So many died from the famine. Through the dead bodies overboard, sharks ate them like salmon. I know you can't stand it. I spit the truth, goddammit. Big business got managed, till you double back. Came to pick up on the flats. Put speed up our back, we never got to relax. Pretend to set us free, but then you double back without a crack. The type of game that you play, ain't to keep it real, I ain't going for it. Beat a couple court cases, had a warrant for it. Told my mama if I ever did time, I'ma raise up the whole yard. Had my lawyer like, oh Lord, district attorney added more charges. No problem, ain't tripping, thumbing through the scriptures. Muhammad said the Lord with your boy, that's a small issue. Bounce back out the rebound. UPK got the heat now. They done let me off the leash now, teaching in the streets now. A part of Lost Tribe South, but it started in the East now. Look, this for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. This for my people. This for my people. Yeah, this for my people. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck. For the white man, for the white man, fuck.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of the slow motion pictures, bro.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, now.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. As if they make the wrong move and coast shit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on my bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, coming mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Sabi got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got this.
Test 1, 2.
Alright. Make sure everything too wild.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of the slow motion pictures, bro.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on, now.
They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit. As if they make the wrong move and coast shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. Coming up on my bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket. Can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, coming mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, keep on sobbing, got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is soul. Can't take some bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hit that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coast shit.
if they make the wrong move. Coming up on my numbers.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the end.
All right, clap it up. Yeah, they wouldn't let my songs make it. I'm playing them on YouTube. I keep getting calls interrupting, but just trying to check out where everything, make sure everything to wild. Shalom Israel with a ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group or organization, and what we do is teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth according to the Bible. Unlike the Christian church, unlike your black leaders, unlike all the political parties, anybody that teaches the Bible outside of the ISUPK, man, you're not going to get the correct breakdowns. You're not going to get the correct understanding. And tonight is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. And for sure, you're not going to get Brotherhood. For damn sure, you're not going to get Brotherhood anywhere else except in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. You understand? So with that, man, we're going to get into it, man. Tonight's topic is, covetousness. This is something we don't learn in the Christian church or with other black leaders or organizations. They actually teach you to want what your brother has. Because why I say that is because they don't teach against it. You understand? You go to the Christian church, man, your pastor is going to sleep with your wife. I tell this story all the time that my cousin and his wife was going to a church, and his wife, was they needed marriage counsel. So hold on one second, let me make sure we TWAB. Okay, yeah, so behind my cousin's back, the pastor was, having counsel, with his wife. You understand? And eventually what it led to is the pastor sleeping with my cousin's wife. So, they don't teach against that. You understand? You shouldn't want what your brother has. You shouldn't want another man's wife, period. But you understand? The laws according to the Bible, you shouldn't want or try to take what another brother or sister has simply because you want it. You understand? That's called, covet. You shouldn't covet thy neighbor's possessions, your brother. You understand? And you definitely shouldn't, envy your oppressor enough to where you want to try to take things from him. Because that's why we're celebrating Christmases, birthdays, and Thanksgivings, and we're trying to be like our oppressor and all these other heathens. Because we want to take what they have and keep it for ourselves. And in a process of doing that, man, you're not being a brother to your nation. You're not serving your King Christ. You're not obeying the Most High God because you want to obey the oppressor. You want to obey these heathens. You want to keep another culture that's not yours. When the Bible tells blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, we're a special people. You understand? Unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God chose us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to be a special people, man. He separated us from all these other nations. So we shouldn't try to covet what's theirs or envy them so much that we want to be like them because we don't feel we have any value in ourselves. But that's what oppression does. And that's what the Christianity teaches us. It teaches us that we're not nothing without our oppressor. That we can't be nothing. That we are nothing. We need their stamp of approval literally on everything. You understand? To feel like we're special to exist. When the Most High God has already put the stamp on us and told us we're special above all the other nations upon the face of the earth, man. So why is it that we have to prove to our oppressor and all these other heathens that we're somebody? That's because we've been taught wrong, man. We've been taught that we're nothing. And, through Christianity, which is such a disgusting and evil religion, man. If you're a Christian, they say that we're a cult, right? Because we keep the Lord's laws. We're in a cult because, we don't teach adultery. We teach, that you can't sleep with another man's wife. That's why we're in the cult. We teach that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians shouldn't commit crimes and use drugs. We teach that, you shouldn't be molesting children. We teach sisters that, they should be more effeminate. You understand? And to cover up and be a woman, be a lady. You understand? And they call us a cult. And inside the Christian church, you literally can do anything that you want. You can be anything you want in the Christian church. You can teach anything. You can molest. You can smoke weed. You can what else do they do? You can gossip. You can backbite. You can steal, and you can still be considered a Christian and a good and decent person, and somehow moral. And then on top of it, you can run around in the pews and do all that silly dancing that they do, banging on tambourines, and somehow we're still the cult because all we simply want to do is obey the Most High God like the Bible commands us to. And everything we teach is in the Bible. All you have to do is come to class, you understand, and study. The Bible tells us to study to show ourselves approval, man. So why aren't they teaching that inside the Christian church? Your pastor will sit there for hours and hold the Bible and read one verse and pick and choose what he wants to teach off that one verse. And the rest of the time, they're just dancing and passing the top bucket around. Because the Christian church, man, it's just a place where you can go and, just be who you want to be, who you are, feel good about committing sin. You understand? Feel good about being a filthy, disgusting, wicked sinner. You can go there and do what the hell you want to do. So, yeah, you're going to go to the Christian church, man. You're going to sit next to pedophiles. You're going to sit next to child molesters. You're going to sit next to drug dealers and drug addicts. You're going to sit next to whores. You're going to sit next to every disgusting, vile thing that the Bible teaches us not to be. They allow it in the Christian church because they just want your money. They don't care about, they don't care about us. You understand? Making it to the kingdom of heaven or inheriting the kingdom of heaven. Because heaven's not a place you go after you die and you're floating on the clouds like they teach in the Christian church. You understand? The only place you're going to learn what the Bible truly is and it is about is in the ISUPK under Commander General Yana, man. So, man, if you want to learn how to be a brother and not covet, you understand, and take your brother's things like they teach in all these rap songs, man. All these rap songs, all these rappers teach about is adultery and sleeping with another man's wife. And then we wonder why in the community, in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man, that, brothers are dying at a rapid, dying rapidly. I mean, dying by huge numbers, man. The Bible in the book of Proverbs, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing, if you sleep, a man's not going to hold back his wrath if he catches you committing adultery with his wife, man. And he has that right. The Bible says the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Now, I'm not saying that we can go around and put to death people who commit an adultery because that's why Christ died. You understand? So we can have a chance to repent, but we must obey. He didn't die so you can continue to commit adultery, so you can continue to get divorces and remarry because you have a problem with your husband because, he doesn't make enough money. You understand? You married the man. You knew he didn't have any money before you married him. But now, you listening to your mama, you listening to your friends, you watching TV. Because a lot of sisters in their silly minds, man, they believe that, they can do whatever the hell that they want. And they should be able to express themselves and say what they want just simply because they're a woman. I'm fed up with this brother. So, I mean, hell, I'm tired of him. I'm going to go, I'm going to go mess with his homeboy. I'm going to go sleep with his brother. You understand? According to the Bible, sisters aren't allowed to do that. You're supposed to stay with a man the rest of your life, man. You understand? If you allow that man to, humble you, you're supposed to stay with that brother the rest of his life, no matter what his situation is. You understand? But, the Christian church teaches you can divorce. Hell, I mean, there's sisters that's been divorced, 4, 5, 6 times. And no one teaches against it besides the men in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. So, like I said, man, I'm going to get off into some scriptures, to show that, tonight's topic, to be true. You understand? The Lord hates covetousness. If I'm saying it correctly, I always mess that word up. I don't know why I can't pronounce it right. So if I mispronounce it, you understand, just bear with me. You understand? So, first I just want to read the definition of covet. You understand? And it says marked by, hold on. Basically, you understand, having a craving for possession, covets of power. You understand? Marked by inordinate desire for wealth or possessions or for another's possessions. And it gives an example. He looked at his boss's new car with covetous eyes. You understand? So, like the example just gave, you're looking at your boss's car like, man, I gotta have that car. And what it does, why it's so evil to covet what someone else has is because a lot of times, brothers, we'll get jealous of what someone else has. And in the process of us getting jealous and that demon getting on us, what happens is that we'll try to go get it. You understand, the best way that we can. Whether we go try to take it from the boss, we might try to rob him and take it for his possessions. You understand? Or what do brothers do, to try to keep up with the Joneses, sort of say. You understand? Like, we'll go out here and try to sell drugs to create some type of income to where we can get everything that we want. Everything we see on TV when we watch those videos, we watch all these rappers, man, get all this money, and they on Facebook. I mean, yeah, they on Facebook, they on YouTube with tons of money. They holding stacks of money like this. They holding stacks of money like babies, man. You understand? And they're wearing the Balenciagas. They pulling up in foreigns, you know what I mean? They got the baddest women all the time. You understand? Someone else's woman, of course, because they think that's cool. You understand? So someone that doesn't have that type of money, they see that and they feel like they have to be that man on TV. You understand? So they're going to go out and try to do it the best way that they can. And 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, what we do in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man, we go commit crimes to try to get those things that we see on TV, man. So that's why covetous, and wanting what your brother has is so wicked. You understand? And another wicked thing on the reverse end, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who inherit wealth and have tons of money, your nation shouldn't be starving and need anything, man. You understand? But thanks to the Christian church, man, no wonder, brother. It's no wonder brothers see another brother who has wealth and they plotting on them, they scheming on them, because we don't look out for each other as a nation. Period. You understand? They don't teach the rich of Israel, you understand, to look out for the poor of Israel. Instead, what do we do when we get money? Brothers will go, marry the oppressor. Brothers will go marry a so-called white woman instead of marrying inside his own race of people. Instead of marrying a black and Hispanic, he'll go become a millionaire like O.J. Simpson and Tiger Woods and Young Jeezy, and they'll go marry outside their nation, man, and forget about their own people. Forget about all the struggles you seen your mother go through because your father wasn't there. You understand? You want to go marry someone that doesn't look like your mother because, we're weak as a nation, man. We are weak, and when we've been raised weak, and we learn nothing but to be weak because of the Christian church, man. So we'll go marry outside our nation. Sisters too. You understand? Holly Berry. She went and married an oppressor. And check this out. That oppressor put Holly Berry on child support. These oppressors don't give a damn about you. You understand? All they do is lust after us, man. The oppressor women, they look at us just for, what do they call that? I mean, just for pleasure. You understand? I don't want to get too graphic and get too into detail. But they look at us, for pleasure. And the same with the men. The men just look at us for pleasure, man. They don't look at us like, oh, I want to marry this guy because I respect him and I love him. They just want to marry us for pleasure. And a lot of times if, especially the oppressor women, those oppressor men, a so-called white man, they don't want nothing to do with those oppressor women. They are already ran through. You know how we say that in the hood? She ran through. Those oppressors are ran through, man. And here we are. You'll see a brother walking, side by side like he just has the Queen of England on his shoulder, man. And he has Susan, who was ran through by the whole lacrosse team, who was ran through by the whole football team at whatever school she went to. Some disgusting, nasty oppressor. And we'll go marry that over a sister who shares the same struggle as who shares the same struggle as we do, who's the children of slaves, man. So what, she's loud? So what, she's rude? Hell, these other nations haven't been through what we've been through. So how can they relate to what we've been through? You understand? You gotta teach these sisters, man, we have to teach them how to be effeminate and how to be a sister to their brothers. But going to marry outside your nation because we're so weak, you understand, and we want to try to make life as simple as possible, that's not being a brother to your people. So like I was saying, man, if we continue to, not help each other, the poor of Israel, you understand, when they see someone who has things, has possession, has nice things, they're going to covet that. They're going to want that, and they're going to try to get it by any means necessary, whether that's robbing, whether that's stealing, whether it's selling drugs. All of it leads to us as a nation not being brotherly and harming ourselves and hurting our nation. You understand? And that's why Christ told us, man. You understand? Matter of fact, let me get that precept. That's why Christ told us, man, that we must love one another. What is that? Hold on one second. That's why Christ told us we got to love one another. My phone has been tripping. All right, here we go. This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 40. Oh, Salakia. Salakia, verse 37. 22 and 37. Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. So Yahushua said that we got to love the Most High. You understand? With all thy heart, meaning your mind, same thing, and it's just going to keep going. And with all thy soul and with all thy mind. You understand? In verse 38, this is the first and great commandment. I mean, because if you don't love the Most High, you understand? It's really like no point of doing anything else. And I know inside that Christian church, you may believe you love the Lord, but guess what, man? I got news for you. If you're inside the Christian church, you absolutely hate the Lord. So if you're tuning in and you're hearing what I'm saying, I know you probably think I'm crazy or a madman, and be like, no, you can't tell them anything inside the Christian church. When we're inside that Christian church, you can't, you won't understand. Because inside the Christian church, they teach lawlessness. And the Bible says that in order to, what's that, 1 John 4 and 3? If you love me, keep my commandments. You understand? The Lord said, if you love me, you have to keep his commandments. You have to obey, because love is an action. And they're not about action in the Christian church. They're just about, like I said, dancing, taking your money, having cookouts, and everything just nice and pleasant. And hell, I just seen a video. Somebody posted, one of the brothers in the school posted a video of some sisters standing in a damn line, and the pastor hit the first sister in the head, and they fell down like dominoes. That's what's going on in the Christian church. And like I said earlier, they call us a cult. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. This is the first and great commandment, man. So loving the Most High is the first and great commandment. You understand? Let me keep reading. Verse 39. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Now this is heavy. This is something that is not taught in the Christian church, and we don't understand this in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. We don't love each other, man. We don't, favor one another. You understand? It's not about having cliques. It's not about, okay, I like him, but I don't like her. Or I like her and I don't like him. Or he's cool, but that nigga over there, man, that nigga Larry, man, I don't rock with Larry like that. You have to love your brother, man. We all have upset the Most High God. And we all expect the Lord to love us. But when it comes to each other, we don't love each other. And we just read it right here. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor. Your neighbor is your brother, man. It's not talking about these other nations. These other nations can't be your neighbor. Hell, we don't even understand each other. I mean, in the proof is in the pudding, man. If a heathen moves in the hood right now, I remember growing up, if a so-called white man moved in the center of the hood, we all looking at him like, man, what he move over here for? He must be the police. I don't know, something up. Why they moving over here? Because your neighbor is your brother. If it was some more black people, you're going to probably be mad at them for other reasons. You understand? Probably because you know where we covet what they have, that we want what they have at their house. You look at the day that they moving in, you out the window looking at his woman get out the moving truck. You understand? We seen on Friday when Bernie Mac came and Miss Parker was outside, everybody was looking at Miss Parker. But that little man, she had a husband. He was about 3 foot tall, but Miss Parker had a husband. They should have been looking at Miss Parker. It's a movie, you understand? But they should have been looking at Miss Parker. You don't look at another man's wife. You don't covet another man's possessions according to the Bible, man. You understand? But that's what we do. But my point being is your neighbor is your brother. It's your nation. It's not talking about everybody, man. You understand? So I'm going to keep reading. Verse 40. Of these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Now that's heavy. On these two commandments, man. The rest of the law, the rest of the commandments are built on these two. Because brotherhood is a weapon. And without brotherhood, without loving your nation and loving the Lord, what the hell are you doing it for? You think Yahweh Shah came down here to save a nation he didn't give a damn about? No. Yahweh Shah was about action. He was the ultimate brother. He died for a nation of people who didn't even, to this day inside the Christian church, we don't love our King Christ, man, because we don't follow his example. They teach inside the Christian church that Jesus died for your sins, so basically you can just go sin. It's okay to sin because Christ died so you can commit adultery. Christ died so you can snort cocaine. Christ died so you can overdose on fentanyl. Christ died so, you could be alcoholic and you can beat your wife. You could be a LGBTQ. You can do all these things because Christ died. When I say it like that, you see how silly that sounds? You see how horrible that sounds? Because we don't understand real brotherhood. You understand? Christ died so we could follow his example, man. In the example, everything is written in the Bible. He laid it all out for the nation of Israel, man. So what is said that on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets, man. You can't do anything without brotherhood, without loving your nation, man. And that's why the brotherhood class is so important. And that's why we teach it every Tuesday in the Isupk, man. We have to break this thing down to get our nation to realize that, man, without brotherhood, man, without loving my neighbor, without loving my brother, we might not make it through this. We're going to continue to suffer. We're going to continue to be in torment and in hell. Our children are going to continue to get kidnapped and molested. Brothers are going to continue to overdose. Sisters are going to continue to come up missing in sex traffic, man. If we want all those things to stop, We have to start obeying the Lord. We have to start loving each other, preferring each other, man. Like we just had at the Passover. The Passover was like a glimpse of the kingdom, man. I hate that it was over so quickly. It's just like yesterday we was just there, seeing all the brotherhood, seeing all the smiles. You understand? Seeing all the children run around, worry free. No one had to worry about their children, man. Seeing all the brothers just hardcore, you understand, embracing their culture. Seeing the sisters in those beautiful dresses, man, eating that delicious lamb and unleavened bread. You understand? But Christ taught us, man, and told us as a nation we have to prefer each other. We have to love each other. You understand? And without doing this, you understand, we will not make it to the kingdom of heaven, because we have to be selfless and not selfish, man. We are selfish as a nation. Hi, Daddy. Hold on, Salakia. Salakia, 1 second. Come here. Salakia. My daughter is snuck down here. Yeah, so we have to be selfless and not selfish as a nation, man. So I just wanted to read that. So these are the greatest of the rest of the law hangs on these two commandments: loving the Most High God with all your mind, all your soul, all your heart, everything, and then loving your neighbor. So that's real heavy, and Israel has to understand that we need brotherhood. We're not going to make it to the kingdom or be able to build anything without loving each other, man. You understand? So let me go back to here, to my notes. Salaki. So I want to go now. I want to go back to the law. This is what we shouldn't do. And this is Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. It says, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's." So you shouldn't covet anything. Not only his wife, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. You shouldn't be eyeballing his wife or wanting his wife. You shouldn't be looking at his ox. You understand? His tools. He might have a nice ox over there, a nice strong ox. You understand? How can we relate that today? You don't take your neighbor's lawnmower. You understand? You don't take his car. You don't take anything. You don't covet anything that's your neighbor's, man. You understand? That's in the law. So yeah, you don't be plotting and scheming on your brothers, man, just because they have nice things. You understand? I already broke it down. You understand? I understand why our nation of people are, so envious, but you shouldn't be that way because a brother got something nice, man. You understand? I know these rappers and these ball players and these actors and anybody that's Israelite that's in, that has some type of money, they got a bag. You understand? They don't they brag so much. Like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is disgusting with it. You understand? He walks around with millions of dollars of jewelry, and he shows he has, I don't know how many cars. He has hundreds of cars, millions of dollars of jewelry. He's always counting money and being flashy. And to a brother that's poor, that may live in Flint, Michigan, who's drinking poison water, watching one of his brothers ball out, like we like to say, he balling out. He on. He got the bag. And you sitting here starving in Flint drinking poisonous water. You see Floyd in traffic. You catch Floyd in traffic, or you see Floyd, you might try to get it, Floyd, for some of that money. So being a brother that's not brotherly towards your people, and you just, being flashy and showing off, showboating, and not helping your people, it shows how selfish you are. So brothers are gonna come at you, man, when they get a chance, and they're gonna try to rob you, and they'll take your life for those possessions. Those brothers shouldn't be doing that. Nobody's life is worth any possession, anything materialistic, man. So if you're a brother thinking you gonna rob and kill and jack, the Most High, he hates that, man. The Most High will, kill you. He will put you to death for thinking you gonna put this man to death. You understand? So you shouldn't be thinking about trying to plot and plan and scheme on a brother just because he has wealth. And if you're a brother who has wealth, man, look out for your people. Pay your tithes, man. If Floyd Mayweather alone paid tithes to Commanding General Yohana, you know how much we could do for the nation? You know how many people we can get off the streets? You know how many people we could feed? But instead, what do? They go start a goddamn salagi. They go dig up some wells in Africa in some little country somewhere where the flies, that's all they go do. They go to Africa, man, and dig up wells and open up schools when it's people right here in their own backyard, neighbors right here, Israelites right here, starving, suffering, killing each other right here. And they could give a damn. Because you know why they go to Africa? Anybody want to guess why everybody goes to Africa and tries to help? Let me see if I got anybody online. Man. 1 second. Anybody want to guess why everybody goes to Africa to try to, Let me see if I got anybody on. Oh, my bad. Anybody want to guess? Anybody, want to guess why people go to Africa and try to, help out? It's not because they care about the Africans. I'll tell you that. Because it's a tax write-off. They get the money back. They're really not spending any money, but you don't get a tax write-off, or you don't get any, perks. You don't get any perks by helping your own nation. And our oppressor has set it up that way for that very reason. Because they don't want us helping each other any damn way. But it's no benefit in helping your own people in this captivity. So you have to be like a man like Commander General Yohana. You understand? And every brother and sister in this school pays their tithes to help their nation. You understand? You can't be greedy, man. You can't be a greedy bastard. You can't rob the Lord. So like I said, if Floyd Mayweather alone paid his tithes to Commanding General Yohana, man, you know how many people we could help? You know how many people Commanding General Yohana could help? If Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I could go on and on and on. If all the rich of Israel, you understand, paid their tithes, our nation would be so much in a better place, man. But instead, they don't pay their tithes, and hell, Lil Dre on the corner, Lil Dre's going to covet everything that you have, and he might take your life. That's the results of not having brotherhood. One affects the other affects the other, so on and so on, man. And we're going to continue to suffer and mourn and die in captivity because we wasn't taught better, any better, man. We wasn't taught in the Christian church how to be brotherly, how to love one another, man. So, you understand, we got to cut that out, man. We got to cut that out. You understand? So, we can't be brothers if we're out here trying to take from one another. We can't be brothers, man. It's impossible. Because if I take something from you or you take something from me, now I'm upset. Now, how the hell we going to try to talk it out after you already took from me? Oh, yeah, I know I took, I stole your, I stole your wallet. I gave you the wallet back, but, you ran up, all the money on the debit cards are gone. You done took that to the gas station and swiped it to death. You understand? You done filled up about 50 tanks of gas on my credit card. You done took all the cash out and you gave me back my ID. Oh yeah, man, we can talk it out. Nah, it's gonna be hard to talk it out after you done just stole or robbed from somebody, man. If you don't get put to death in the process. You understand? These are the type of situations, man, that keep blacks, Hispanics in jail. Because of covetous, because of being, covenant what your brother has or your sister has. This is what keeps us incarcerated, part of the problem. You understand? That's our problem in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, man. It's simply a lot of our issues is just simply not having brotherhood and not being taught correctly inside this Bible, man. So, like I said, man, the Christian church, the rap music, robbing, stealing, anything glorifying, not being brotherly, killing the ops. You understand? You seen, King Von, FBG Duck. I mean, and the list goes on. Those are just rappers. We ain't even got to the nitty gritty. I mean, this happens in the hood literally every day. Literally every day. This happens all the time. I remember a brother telling me, like, man, that's all I do. I don't want a girl. I want to just sleep with other brothers' girls. And I was like, damn, you don't want your own woman? He like, nah, man. It don't even make sense to have a woman. This is what this brother's telling me. It don't make sense to have a rib because the end result in his mind is someone's just going to sleep with her. And that's because he put so much energy into sleeping with other men's wife, he can't even get comfortable or relaxed enough. Which, I mean, if you sleeping with other brothers' wives, man, I mean, damn, what you think your woman's off, you think she's off limits? You think she's off limits? And just like, King David. Matter of fact, and we're going to go to that. King David did the same thing. The Lord punished King David. And he told King David what? Just like General Muhammad broke it down. And sidebar real quick, all you nuts, all you fake Israelites trying to come up against the true priests and prophets because what General Muhammad said in class about Chris Rock, it was biblical. You may not understand. You understand? But I guarantee you understand how to roll that blunt. You understand how to do everything in hell, whatever the hell else y'all do in those fake Israelite groups. I don't know what they doing these days. But you know how to roll those blunts. Y'all know how to commit adultery. You understand? You know how to let Hamites into your congregation and kill innocent black women to try to cover up, the fact that you can have more than one wife. So, I mean, don't come against the true priest and prophets of the Lord trying to, teach anything or put your 2 cents on anything. I mean, you can. I mean, it's a free country. But I was just letting you know we don't give a damn in the ISUPK. We're going to keep teaching the truth. You understand? So trying to come up and say General Muhammad was wrong, but when the Lord told King David what? He told him. He's going to make an example out of him. People, you slept. He said King David slept with that woman in the darkness. These brothers are going to sleep with your wife in the light. Everybody's going to know. Your ribs are going to be getting it. The Lord told him that, man. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he told him. And why did he tell him that? So King David can repent, man. That was the point. We want, in ISUPK, we want Will Smith to repent. You understand? We want brothers to repent. So they won't have to go through situations like that. So he won't have to marry another Jada Pickett. So August Alstina, if they would have knew these laws, if they were taught correctly, August Alstina would have never slept with Will Smith's wife from the beginning. But August Alstina, Jada Pickett, that's August Alsina's wife. I don't even know how to say his name. That's his wife now. He slept with her. Now Will Smith is committing adultery because sex is marriage. So she's just getting married back and forth, which is disgusting. And I don't even see, ugh, I don't even see what they see in Jada Pinkett for one. I mean, she's not my cup of tea. She's not one West. You understand? These beautiful bad sisters in this school, man. She's not that. She's a whore. That's all Jada Pinkett is, man. She's a whore. So, I mean, if you love whores, go find you a Jada and have at her and see what new STD you can create with a woman like that. But all right. So, let me get to this, man. I want to go to the book of Joshua chapter 1. Let me get there. All right, here we go. Joshua chapter 1, and I think I'm going to go down to verse 8. You understand? So, matter of fact, I'll start at 1. I'm going to start at Joshua 1 and 1 just to kind of get into the story. We're not going to read the whole thing. I just want to hit certain parts, you understand, so we can show biblically why when brothers covet, what it does and how it displeases the Most High God. And we will get judged for that, and we will get put to death. And nothing good is going to come with it. And what I don't understand, man, there's so many women out here, man. Why do you have to, what's the fascination about sleeping with another brother's woman? When there's tons of women out here in the earth, man. There's tons of Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian women, man. Why do you have to go sleep with another brother's wife? You know why? Because you're a sodomite. That's LGBTQ to do that, man. You understand? You may not think it is. You may not want to believe it is, but it is. So if you're going around trying to look for a woman who's taken by another man, just understand, when you uncover that woman's nakedness, you're uncovering her husband's nakedness. So think about that next time you want to go, commit adultery. Think about that. I'm trying to help you. You might not just know you a sodomite. That's all I'm saying. So Joshua chapter 1, verse 1. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Most High, it came to pass that the Most High spake unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, verse 2, Moses, my servant is dead. So Moses is, he went to the reincarnation. Moses is gone. You understand? So the Lord is chopping it up with Joshua. You understand? Now, therefore, arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I give to them, even to the children of Israel. Verse 3, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. So he's giving Joshua the commandment to go here and get this land, take this land, conquer this land, because this is going to be the land where the Lord, the Most High, promised Moses. You understand? So he's passing it to Joshua, another leader, just like Commander General Yohana. Not several leaders. I just had to, make the point to say that. You understand? Because Moses was the man. Moses was the man that the Lord chose to lead the nation of Israel. Now Joshua at this point is. You understand? So when everybody dropped their sword, and everybody can't understand when the school was created in 1969, and brothers dropped their sword and left the school, Commander General was the only one that held on to his. So who's the leader? Commander General. It's that simple. You understand? So Joshua, you understand? The Lord told Joshua, verse 3, I'm going to read it again. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. Verse 4, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river of Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun shall be your coast. So the Lord's given all this land. He's given us all this land. And, this was a beautiful thing at this time, because the children of Israel were going in the wilderness. They were complaining. We was, going through hell. going through hell because of our disobedience, not because the Lord wanted us to. It's always because our disobedience. It's always because our selfishness. It's always because we lack understanding, and because, for one, we don't want to be brothers toward each other. You understand? We didn't love the Most High God with all our mind, our heart, and our soul, and we didn't love each other like how we're supposed to love the Lord. That's why our brothers was coming up against Moses. That's why they were conspiring and coming up with different sects, and it was just a mess, man. But like I said, we were going through hell. But I'm going to drop down to verse 8, because this is important right here that we understand this. You understand? And this is something they won't teach us in the Christian church, man. This verse right here is real heavy. You understand? So this is verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. This is real heavy, man, because the Bible just told us how to be prosperous and have good success. Is by meditating on the laws of the Most High God, everything in the law, everything in the book, man, day and night. You should be thinking how you could serve the Lord day and night. You understand it? And after a while, it should just be automatic, and you should just do it. This is how you become prosperous, not taken from your brother, not taken from your sister. You understand? Not plotting on robbing or trying to sell drugs to your community so you can get all the money in the hood. And nigga, I'm going to go get what Floyd Mayweather say. Me and Officer Malak, we talk about this every time. We watch that video a lot of Floyd Mayweather. When they asked Floyd Mayweather, when Gucci had the black face, I mean, that was hilarious. Gucci had the black face, and they pulled up on Floyd going into Gucci. And they asked him, like, Floyd, you going to go into Gucci? Like, yeah, I'm going to Gucci. And it's like, what about the Gucci with the racist remarks and everything they made? Floyd's like, hey, I'm going to Gucci. I don't know what these niggas talking about. I'm going to Gucci. I'm a follower. I do what I want. Because he doesn't give a damn about black problems. He only cares about himself. He's selfish, man. And you can't expect anything less from anybody who's a Christian, because they don't know brotherhood. They say they love the Lord, but do they do what we just read? Do they keep all this? Do they keep the entire book? Do they keep the law? No. They fall down like dominoes. I haven't read that in the Bible yet. Or spitting in your hand and rubbing it in your eyes and just all kind of foolishness, man. All kind of vanity and all kind of things that don't even matter is being taught inside the Christian church, man. You understand? So that's all I'm trying to show brothers and sisters, man, that we have to come together as a nation, and inside the Christian church, there is no true brotherhood. And I want to read this again before we move on, because this is real heavy, man. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth. So everything you speak, you understand, you have to be cautious. You have to be aware. It says it shall not depart out of thy mouth. You can't be telling, I can't go tell somebody that like, well, you can go eat pork. I can't be a leader of the nation and tell them they can eat pork. They can be LGBTQ, that they can commit adultery. You can divorce your husband because he doesn't make enough money. No, because that's not the law. That's what's not written in the book. That's not written in the book. You understand? A leader, the only leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, which is Commanding General Hunter, would never tell his nation of people to act so disgusting towards the Lord, man. Only inside the Christian church, man. Only inside, only the black politicians, only the actors and actresses, everybody who has some type of clout, they say today, or a name, those are the ones teaching the nation to disobey the Lord. And they're the problem, and they're the reason that we continue to suffer and be in poverty and, to die, man. Because if we remembered this, the book of the law, we would be prosperous. You understand? If we observe the law, you understand, we would have good success. Ain't that what all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians want? We all want good success and to be prosperous. But we don't want to get it the way that the Lord commanded us to, by obeying. You understand? We want to get it the way we've been taught in captivity. We want to do it the way our oppressor did it. Rape, rob, murder, and steal, man. That's the way we get things because that's what we've been taught. And we continue to disobey the Most High God. Shalom, we continue to disobey the Most High God, and we're going to continue to go through hell, man. You understand? And I'm going to keep reading. That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Not coveting your brother's possessions, not coveting your brother's wife, not simply, I mean, you can't even not be a brother. You, in order to have, to be prosperous and have good success, you got to be a brother first of all. According to if you want to be prosperous with the Lord, hell, you can go out there and, do all kind of disgusting things in order to get money and be like Floyd Mayweather, just a selfish bastard, man. You understand? But if you want the kingdom, if you want to rule righteously by the side of the Most High, by the side of Yahweh Shah, you understand, with the authority of the Most High, you're going to obey, man. You're going to obey. You're going to do everything that the Bible says, like we just read. All right, so now I'm going to go skip ahead a little bit. Because I don't know if you've seen, one of the class topic is, covet. The Lord hates a covet. The Lord hates covet. I can't say the word. Covetousness. There you go. The Lord hates covetousness. And also, if you covet, there's no way you can possibly be a brother. That's right. There's no way possible. So now I want to go to Joshua chapter 6, verse 17. Let me go back. Hold on, my Bible act been tripping. Joshua chapter 6. What did I say, 16? Yeah.
17, I think. Joshua 6 and 17.
Yeah, 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all therein, to the Most High. Oh, before I go there, before I read the verse, like I said, I was just giving I ain't gonna read the whole verse, of course, or the whole chapters. But when the Most High, once Moses died, Joshua, the Lord, pretty much put Joshua in charge, and he was leading the people to the land. You understand? When the Lord told Joshua, well, okay, y'all gonna have all this land from here all the way to the river to the Euphrates. You understand? And it came to a point when they start getting in the battle, they start losing, right? You understand? So Joshua like, hold the hell up. What's going on? Something's not right. And he knows because he's the man of the Lord. You understand? So we get to this point, and now I'm gonna read verse 17. And the city shall be accursed, even it, and all that are therein, to the Most High. Only Rahab the harlot shall live, she and all that are with her in the house, because she hid the messengers that we sent. So Rahab the harlot helped the messengers. You understand? She seen like, hey, these brothers about the business. You understand? So she hid the messengers, and so the Lord spared her and said her and her family can live because of her good deed towards the Most High's people, man. You understand? So the Lord gave an order. And what was the order? I'm going to keep reading. Verse 18. And ye, in any wise, keep yourselves from the accursed thing, lest ye make yourselves a curse. When ye take of the accursed thing, and make the camp of Israel a curse and trouble it. So you see why being selfish can hurt your whole nation?
That's right.
You see why, we're not supposed to envy our oppressor or any other heathen. Well, all the heathens are oppressors. But, the number one oppressor, we know who that is.
Right.
Salakia. So you see why it's important that we obey the Most High God, because it affects your nation. If you're going to be a selfish bastard, man, and you're not going to listen, it's going to hurt your brother. It's going to hurt your people. So people think that, like, we got the mind frame out of wine and, like, okay, because I do something, that's on me.
Right.
I go out here and sell drugs and go shoot up the block. Your oppressor doesn't look at us as individuals.
Right.
They think every Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man is like that.
Right.
Because they hate us anyway. So when you go out there and do those type of things, when we what's the word I'm looking for? When we act as such, it affects the whole nation. When we don't obey the Most High God, it affects the whole nation. Oh, please. You understand? So that's why it's important to obey. And I'm going to keep reading. Verse 19. But all the silver and gold and vessels of brass and iron are consecrated unto the Most High. They shall come into the treasury of the Most High. So the Lord said we can keep the gold, the treasure, the silver. That's going to go to the treasury. That's going to be for our people. That's going to help our people. Boom. We tawab. But somebody got greedy, man. Somebody got greedy. Okay, let me keep moving. Let me go down to 24. All right, verse 24. And they burnt the city with fire, and all that was therein, only the silver and gold and the vessels of brass and of iron they put into the treasury of the house of the Most High. 25. And Joshua saved Rahab, the harlot, alive, and her father's household, and all that she had. And she dwelleth in Israel even unto this day, because she hid the messengers which Joshua sent unto spy out Jericho. So like I said, Rahab did a righteous deed. You understand? And the Lord spared her and her family. 26. And Joshua adjured them at the time, saying, Cursed be the man before the Most High that riseth up and buildeth this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it. Verse 27. So the Most High was with Joshua, and his fame was noised throughout all the country, because Joshua led Israel into this battle. We took over this land, and Joshua got famous because he obeyed, and he was a warrior, which is another thing inside the Christian church. The Christian church doesn't teach you to fight at all.
That's right.
The men inside the Bible were warriors, man. They wasn't banging on tambourines.
That's right.
They wasn't wearing dresses. They wasn't on goddamn TikTok all day learning the latest dances.
Right.
These men were warriors. When people seen these brothers, man, they got the hell out the way.
Yeah, right.
You see a Christian, I mean, I was talking about the brother that posted the video, the lady, the women, the sisters falling in a goddamn domino line.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going on in the Christian church, man.
That's right.
And they doing the Western wiggle and any other damn dance that you could think of. But ultimately, man, the Christian church is just full of lust.
That's right.
It's just full of greed. It's all about thyself.
That's right.
It's nothing about the Lord. If you're in a Christian church, I'm trying to help you out, man. You don't love the Lord.
That's right.
You may have a zeal, like the Bible says, but it's definitely not according to knowledge, man. So if you have that zeal, if your zeal is really that strong and you really do think that you love the Lord, you need to get in the ISUPK up under Commander Junior Hunter, man, and get it in class somewhere near your city, man. Look up the website. You understand? If you in Kansas City, Independence, Raytown, 40 Highway, Wyandotte, hell, Leavenworth.
That's right.
If you all around this zone, man, Topeka, look up No Cowards KC, Instagram, YouTube, and get in class, man.
That's right.
It's a brother here, Officer Malak. He does a hell of a job, man, in running this zone. And this brother, man, if you want the answers up under Commander Junior Hunter, he has them. You understand? So, man, yeah, get in class, man. Salakia, chapter 7, verse 1. Now we about to get into this. But the children of Israel committed a trespass in the accursed thing for Achan, if I'm saying that right, You know, Adonai, you always correct me on them
Verse what?
names. Verse 1.
7.
Kind of the kind, sir. Joshua
Okay.
7 and 1.
God.
It's a kind.
God.
Kind of the kind. The son of Carmi, the son of Jabdi, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah. I mean, come on, Judah. I mean, this is Judah.
Yeah, right.
This is a straight Judite right here. Judites, I mean, we just don't get enough.
Right.
The Lord told us to just take enough manna for the night, and then they got it in their shoes, their pockets. They got it piled up in the back. Judites are greedy.
Right.
We just don't know how to get enough. And then it's ironic out of why most of the Christian pastors are Judites.
God.
You see how greedy T.D. Jakes is?
That's right.
Creflo Dollar,
Yeah, right.
$60 million jets.
Right.
Lord knows, I forget how much them damn suits they wear every Sunday. Every Sunday.
$1,500.
How much out of one?
It's more than $1,500.
For the suit?
Yeah, more than $1,500.
I mean, they spend tens of thousands on clothes a month. That's the point. That's the point. Your tithe money is going to your pastor because of his greed.
That's right.
These were the same men that kept the nation of Israel on the bad side of the Lord.
That's right.
They do the same thing today, man.
That's right.
And that's the point that we're trying to show you in the ISUPK, that the Christian pastors, the leaders, the political parties and everything, Floyd Mayweather, all of them.
Right.
If you're following them and if you think that you love the Lord, man, like I said, man, you might have the zeal, but it's not according to the knowledge, because they do not have any knowledge according to the Bible, man.
Yeah, right.
None. So we're going to keep it moving, man. Verse 2. And Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, which is beside Bethaven on the east side of Bethel, and spake unto them, saying, Go up and view the country. And the men went up and viewed Ai. Hold on. I got to skip down some. Let me go. Was it 18? Joshua. I'm going to skip down to 20. You know, when he admitted, basically, I just want to get to the point where he admitted he had the cursed. It's in chapter 7. Hold on one second. I'll find it. Is it verse 20? All right, verse 20. Verse 20. And Achan answered Joshua and said, Indeed, I have sinned against the Most High God of Israel, and thus have I done. So this is what I like to get brothers and sisters understand. Just because we think something is small,
that's right.
You understand? Just because we think something doesn't matter to us, if the Lord gave the commandment, that means it matters, man.
That's right.
If he told us don't keep it, it was for a reason.
Yeah, right.
Whether you understand it or not, man, you're supposed to be a soldier. That's what we're trained in here in the ICPK. The men in here are trained to be soldiers, man.
Yeah, right.
They're not soldiers in the Christian church. And this brother, he was he had the spirit of a Christian. I can't necessarily say he was a Christian because Christ wasn't, alive yet.
Right.
But he definitely was disobedient, which is Christian.
That's right.
So, but regardless, if we think that it's okay to do something, man, and the Lord told us don't do it, man, we must obey.
Yeah, right.
And you see how this affected the whole nation. Hell, they going to war out of wine and people dying because you kept a damn whatever the hell he kept. I don't even know what it was he kept. But I just know this. He didn't obey. So we all went into slavery because our forefathers and foremothers didn't obey.
That's right.
We came over here on cargo slave ships because, they wanted to worship other gods.
A few. So like
Oh, go ahead, please.
Few.
Oh, yeah, just a few. Kind of the kind.
Not even all Israelites.
Kind of the
just a few.
kind.
Like this one brother right here.
Kind of the
One
kind,
brother,
sir.
Khan, and he ruined the entire nation.
Kind of the kind, because he was selfish. And he didn't have brotherhood. And like we read in Matthew earlier, I read that the greatest commandment is love the Most High God with all your mind, your heart, and your soul. And the second is love your neighbor.
Yeah, right.
These two, the rest of the law hang on. So he didn't love the Most High God, and he definitely didn't love his brothers.
That's right.
Because he wouldn't allow, if he loved the Lord, he wouldn't have kept it.
Yeah, right.
And if he was thinking about his nation, guess what? He would have knew it would have affected them.
That's right.
Just like the I don't want just bought out. Just a few brothers and sisters was going off, and it caused the whole nation to go into captivity under our oppressor today, the so-called white man.
That's right.
So being selfish, the Lord told us that we're a nation. I mean, it's simply we're a nation. And then I know a lot of brothers and sisters that are not in the school out of wine. They think the ISUPK, they think we hate everybody and hate everything, but they just haven't really been loved before.
That's right.
They never had real correction before.
That's right.
They've never been told that, nah, brother, we don't do that. We ain't no damn Shabbat Shalom.
Right.
Ain't no whatever the hell else they do.
Right.
Everybody doesn't have to wear purple every goddamn day.
That's right.
Salakia.
Right.
That's not what we teach, because that's not biblical. Everything we teach is biblical.
That's right.
So if you don't want to learn the Bible, man, you're going to think we don't like you.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and that's just simply what it is. But we're brotherly enough, man, that we try to correct the errors of our brothers, because we realize under Commander Junior Hana that brotherhood is a weapon, and that's the only way we could build a nation.
Yeah, right.
That's it, man. That's what we trying to do. You understand? I know. Oh, go ahead, I don't want.
So, like, if I could,
Please.
Another thing. This is another reason why so many black Christians, why so many black and Hispanic Christians in the world, the reason why we think something like this is so small, the reason why we're so selfish is because we believe in personal salvation.
Oh yeah.
When in the Bible there is no such thing as personal salvation. Either we all suffer or we all succeed. Either we all fail or we all triumph. There is no personal salvation. So as you gain control in our oppressor's kingdom in some way, if you're some doctor or you're Floyd Mayweather, as you're some young athlete like Patrick Mahomes, who is a black man from the tribe of Judah, and you think you made it in life because you have a $400 or $500 million contract from the oppressor to play football, or because you're LeBron James and you're the richest basketball player to ever live, active or inactive, alive or dead, as you're a brother like Tiger Woods, or you're a sister like Serena Williams, who've made it in our oppressor society. You're somebody who's achieved something more than the rest of us have achieved in our oppressor society.
Right.
And you think you've made it because you moved out of the ghetto. You think you've made it because you have a white woman. You haven't made it because the rest of us are still suffering.
That's right.
And that's what blacks and Hispanics have to understand about brotherhood, is that if you succeed and leave the rest of us, then you failed. If you're a brother or sister who's thinking, well, man, it couldn't be bad for me to do well in life. It's not bad for a brother or sister to do well in life. But if your success is at the cost of the rest of your brothers and sisters, then that's a failure and that's not a success. Like, look at Tiger Woods. Look at Michael Jackson and Prince. And look at what so many black and Hispanic men and women, look at what they have to sacrifice just so they can achieve $500 million. Just so they can achieve Jay-Z and Beyonce status of being the #1 artist of all time. In hip-hop and R&B, they're the #1 of all time. The most nominated, Grammy-nominated artists, the most Grammys awarded, Jay-Z, Kanye West, and Beyonce. Kanye West, the richest black man in America, in the world.
Right.
Think about what they had to sacrifice for that. Think about what they had to do in order to achieve that. And then think about where the rest of their people are when they achieved $1 billion.
That's right.
This is something that blacks and Hispanics have to understand.
Why everybody goes to Africa?
No matter how much money that you have, no matter how well you can throw the football, no matter how good of a lawyer or a judge you are, no matter how good of a basketball player you are, how great of a doctor you are, how eloquent of a speaker you are, if all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't benefit off of the backs of the other blacks and Hispanics, if we don't all benefit off of each other, if we don't all succeed and come up together, then it has been a failure. That's something that Dr. King never realized.
That's right.
That's something that Malcolm X never understood. That's something that the Christian preachers and deacons and imams never realized. Why? Because they get their $65 million jet. You want a $65 million jet like Creflo? I want you to have a $65 million jet. You want to have sneakers like Michael Jordan and like Nike and be a billionaire like Phil Knight? You want to buy Twitter like Elon Musk? I want you to buy Twitter. But you know what else I want? I also want my children to have the same opportunities as you.
That's right.
I also want the children of my brothers and my sisters to succeed in life just like you want your children to succeed in life.
Damn
and
right.
that's the demon of Christianity. Christianity, when you're black and Hispanic, black Christianity means that you have to leave the rest of your people behind in order to succeed. But this is what's so amazing about the truth and about the Bible. The Bible says that when you succeed, your brothers can succeed too.
That's right.
When you get wealthy, your sisters and your brothers can be taken care of. The law is laws in the Bible for blacks and Hispanics that are, if you own land and you're a farmer, then nobody in your community should starve.
Right.
There's no reason why blacks and Hispanics should have to starve to death when you have billionaires like Kanye West and Tiger Woods. When you have billionaires like Jay-Z and LeBron James, there is no reason that people should starve in your community. There's no reason that sisters have to go days without feeding their children when you have $1 billion. That's the demon of black Christianity. It leaves the rest of everybody behind.
That's right.
It allows you to have salvation, but the rest of your people have to suffer and die. While everybody looks away at your suffering and your poverty, you get to go and live in Calabasas, California. You get to sail the 7 seas. You get to live in Dubai. You get to surf the oceans of the Straits of Gibraltar while your brothers are back in Flint, Michigan dying because they're thirsty.
Right.
That's the demon of being a black or Hispanic Christian, is that because you gain success, it means you have to leave your brothers and your sisters behind.
That's right.
But the amazing thing about the Bible, it makes sure that when one of us gets success, all of us get success.
Damn right.
That when one of us looks bad, all of us look bad.
That's right.
When one of us sin, like this brother Khan, all of us sin.
Damn right.
And when one of us does well, we all do well. When one of us triumphs, we all triumph. When one of us fails, we all fail. That's
right.
something that brothers and sisters better realize, because that right there is how you stop sin in your nation.
That's right.
That right there is how you end poverty in your nation. That is how you end disease. That's how you end COVID. The oppressor, he could have shut the nation down for another 6 months. But because he's so greedy, our oppressor, he would never do anything that would risk money and time. He would never do that. Why? Because it's money. And he loves money more than he loves human life. He loves money more than your child living, other than dying from COVID-19. He loves money more than he loves the fishes, more than he loves the birds of the air,
right,
more than he loves the trees. The reports came out and said that the Natural Conservancy said that when America was in the quarantine for a year, the earth in the ozone closed. The ozone layer closed out. A layer of space that's 9 miles up in the air closed because there were no emissions, because people were at home and not driving.
Right.
They said the trees got more life and nature got better. That everything was better. Emphysema went down. Asthma went down. Everything got better because you quarantined, because you stayed home.
Right.
But the oppressor couldn't risk that for one more day. Why? Because he had to make money.
Right.
Whether it meant your life or not. Guess what else he couldn't do? He couldn't pass a law to make it mandatory for everybody to get COVID-19 vaccines. Why? Because I'm an individual, Elisha.
Oh, yeah.
Because of personal salvation.
Right.
When that's not the Bible. When you're a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you belong to a team. You belong to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And whether you want to do it or not, you better do it. You have no choice. Because when you make the choice to not do it, guess what's going to happen? Your kids are going to starve to death.
That's right.
You know what happens when Floyd Mayweather has the choice to not feed poor black people in Michigan, where he's from. He didn't grow up far from Flint, Michigan. He has the choice to not go and give them a clean drinking fountain or clean drinking water. And now black people in Flint, Michigan have to die because they're thirsty.
Right.
All because he's himself. And I'm my own man. And I'm going to Gucci because I'm myself. I don't care what everybody else in my nation is doing.
Right.
I can't stand with people in my own nation for 2 minutes because I'm a selfish piece of garbage.
That's right.
That's thanks to Christianity.
That's
thanks to the Catholic Church. That's thanks to the Muslim mosque. That's thanks to Dr. King's dream. That's thanks to his dream of all people coming together.
Right.
Well, blacks and Hispanics have to come together first. Blacks and Floyd Mayweather has to first go and give Flint, Michigan clean drinking water before we can all come together, because you still have black people in your community who believe they're individuals, when that is a lie. Personal salvation is a lie.
That's right.
Either we struggle together, or we suffer together, or we die together. But whatever we do, we better do it together.
Damn right.
Because that is what's going to please the Most High God.
Most High.
Not being an individual, not being selfish, not being Floyd Mayweather and Jay-Z and Beyonce. Damn that, man. You could achieve success, but success means that the rest of your nation has to come with you. And that's what you better realize and understand about God, the God of the Bible. He doesn't care about individuals.
That's right.
He doesn't care about individual success. How do I know? Because the story we're reading right now, one brother made a mistake and the entire nation suffered.
Damn right.
Moses made a mistake, the entire nation suffered. 10 people made a mistake. Korah, Dathan, and the princes of the assembly, and the entire nation suffered. So then why are you still trying to achieve personal salvation when we have to suffer because of your success? Damn that, man.
Right.
That day is over. The day of you succeeding while the rest of us fail is over. We either struggle together or we succeed together. But whatever we do, we better do it together.
Damn right.
That's brotherhood.
Damn right. Most High in Christ. That's brotherhood, and guess what? That's in the Bible.
That's
you
right.
understand? Because you dropped it so heavy out of wine. I don't even know if they caught all that. You can go back and rewind and watch it. You understand? But that's definitely what true brotherhood is. And I said that earlier, right before you came down, out of wine. I said the same thing earlier. Our nation, we don't know what brotherhood is.
That's right.
You understand? And I made a point because we're talking about covenant. You shouldn't covet anything what another brother or sister has and hate them, and it causes you to, that's what covenant causes you to do. It causes you to be jealous.
That's right.
And hate, and to go out and try to get it by all means necessary.
Yeah, right.
And I also said on the flip side, like you said, Floyd Mayweather, Oprah Winfrey, when your nation of people is starving and they see you shining and always bragging about what you're buying and wearing goddamn $2 million chains,
That's right.
and the brothers in Flint, Michigan drinking poison water,
That's right.
when he sees you, Floyd, he's gonna get you.
Right.
He's gonna get you.
That's right.
So being selfish is what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a ripple effect, man.
That's right.
Because we're in this together, man.
Yeah, right.
One thing, now him coveting you and taking your life, he just killed another brother. But you not paying your 10% tithes, Salakia, to Commanding Junior Yana.
That's right.
If Floyd Mayweather, I said it earlier, Floyd Mayweather and Oprah, if these rich, greedy bastards pay their tithes, so many blacks and Hispanics it would be better for the nation.
That's right.
It would be better. If Floyd Mayweather paid his, if Kanye West paid his tithes alone.
Man.
Salakia, I don't want,
Flint would have clean drinking water.
Flint would have clean drinking water. You understand? It would be food programs all over the country.
That's right.
You understand? Brothers and sisters, rents would be paid.
That's right.
But because we're selfish.
Now Commander Gianna just has to do it all by himself.
Yeah, he has to do it all by himself.
Or,
When we pay our tithes in here.
That's right.
Because our nation, we're not selfish. We're not greedy bastards, and we love our nation, man.
That's right.
You understand? So, with that being said, you have the rich of Israel, man, who we admire so much as a nation, and they do absolutely nothing.
That's right.
We admire Dr. Martin Luther King, and he did absolutely nothing.
That's right.
He cared more about our oppressor than he did his own people and fulfilling his own lust. And if we're going to come together as a nation and serve the Lord, if we love the Lord, we have to come out of her, like it says in Revelation. All that her is talking about the ways of the oppressor, the ways of being selfish, the ways of being unbrotherly.
That's right.
We have to come out of that, man.
Yeah, right.
Other than that, man, we're going to continue to be in hell, man.
Right.
And to suffer. I know I'm not the only one that's ready to get the hell up out of this captivity, man. Please.
That's something else. Brothers and sisters are too comfortable in America.
Oh, my goodness. You ain't lying.
That's the problem is, you're not ready to get out of America. In the UPK, we're ready for salvation because we know it's nearer than when we ever believe. When you're a Christian in the church, because you believe in personal salvation, guess what's gonna happen? You think you too can become Floyd Mayweather. You think your children, your stupid spoiled brats that you have as kids, you think that one day they're gonna grow up and be LeBron James too. And why do you want to push your children to be like LeBron James? You know why, Elijah Shah? You know why? Because they want the money that comes with being LeBron James. They want to sign a $150 million contract. They want to sign a $500 million contract for 10 years like Patrick Mahomes. That's what you want as a parent. You want to be Patrick Mahomes. That's why you look up to them so much, because you want the money. Why? Because you are an American citizen.
That's right.
You, God forbid America was to fall, you would cry like a white person would cry because you think you're an American. That's another demon of being a black and Hispanic Christian, is you think you're an American and you think you're a Mexican and you think you're a Puerto Rican and a Brazilian. You think you're a Haitian. You don't understand or know what your true heritage is.
That's right.
All you know is what your oppressor told you. All you know is who your oppressor tells you you are. Your oppressor says you're a goddamn 3/5 of a man. And guess what? You're 3/5 of a man.
Right.
You get pulled over at traffic stops by a white man without a cop's badge and get shot in the head in front of your children. And nothing happens to that white man without a cop's badge that shot you and murdered you.
Right.
The cops can get in your house without a warrant. They don't have to announce themselves like they would a white man. They could just get in your house and just blow your brains out, and nothing is going to happen to them. But they will get transferred to another police precinct so they can do it to another black man. They're not going to jail for killing you. You're just 3/5 of a man. You know why you're 3/5 of a man? Because your oppressor told you you're 3/5 of a man.
Right.
You are whatever your oppressor says you are. That's what you are. You think you're an American, and so now you have to live the American dream. You don't understand that you're an Israelite with laws. You don't understand or comprehend that you are a brother or a sister that belongs to a nation of people who the Most High God chose to be above all people. You don't know that. What you know is, I'm an American, I salute the flag, I need to go serve in the white man's military, I need to dribble a basketball, I gotta go rap, I should become the best doctor and be the first black doctor. I should be the first black man to integrate Harvard like W.E.B. Du Bois. I should be the first black basketball player, the first black baseball player like Jackie Robinson, the first black this to do this, the first black to do this, instead of just being a Negro with the rest of your brothers and suffer and do good for them. Why don't you just be a good brother to your brothers and sisters? Why do you have to go and make your oppressor look good?
Right.
Why can't you just be a Negro and make the rest of the Negroes look good? Why can't you be a brother or sister who realizes one day that, man, the place that we live in is hell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make life easier for my people. That's brotherhood.
Right.
But instead, because we're Americans, because you think you're an American, because you're a Mexican, you are Mexican.
Right.
And so that red, white, and green flag, brother, you salute it. That goddamn, you a federale, you salute it, and you're corrupt as can be. You're an American citizen, you salute the flag, you're against Colin Kaepernick, you vote, you're a Democrat, you registered as a Republican, you vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, you vote for that goddamn, the new Supreme Court Justice, you applied her, Contagia Brown, you applied her because you're an American. But blacks and Hispanics in the church, because the church makes you weak and it doesn't teach you anything in the Bible, it makes you really comfortable with being an American citizen. You look at the past that your forefathers had to endure, and you look past that, and you say, well, that didn't happen to me. I'm an American.
Right.
Black history is American history. I'm a Negro. I'm an American. I'm not a Negro. I'm not black. I'm American before I'm black. I'm American before I'm a woman. I'm American before I'm a man. That's what you say. You bleed red, white, and blue.
Good night.
You fly the flag on your truck. You serve in the oppressor's military. You look down on the Mexicans trying to come across the border. When those are your brothers and your sisters.
Damn right.
The Christian church is such a plague to black people because it makes you comfortable with living here. It makes you comfortable with being a Mexican. You're satisfied. You're content with who you are. You're content with where you live. You're content with getting American dream and living the American dream, but never once do you think about ending this. Never once do you think about something better than America. Go ask a black Christian this. Is there something out there better than America? You know what all of them will say? No, this is the best country on the earth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we started off bad. Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
started off on a bad foot, on the wrong foot. But Americans made it right as best as they could. I wasn't in slavery. You wasn't in slavery. My back was never beat.
Right.
Your back was never beat. Our children were never taken out of our arms. We're American. We should salute the flag. My forefathers were slaves, so to build this country. Of course I'm going to stay here. I'm not moving to Africa. I'm not moving anywhere. I'm an American.
Right.
I'm an American citizen while your sons get put to death right in front of your face.
Damn right.
While your sons go fill up the jail cells more than any other country on the face of the earth. There are more black and Hispanic men in prison than there are any other incarcerated peoples in any other country.
Right.
And you're an American. That's thanks to the Christian church, Elisha, because
right.
now I'm an American. I'm not a slave. I'm an American. This is my home. I'm an American. I salute the flag. Stars and the stripes. Red, white, and blue, baby. Woo! I'm an American. And you don't even see your destruction.
That's right.
You don't even see how poor your people are. One thing that bugged me about that cat, I'm gonna say this and I'm done. The one who was the hood secretary, Ben Carson.
Oh,
Benjamin Carson.
that Negro. So
He really believes he's an American.
kind of the kind.
And that's what really disturbs me is that blacks and Hispanics, because the Christian church have brainwashed us so much out, and it has lied to us so much, that we really believe that we're Mexican, that we're Puerto Ricans, and that we're Haitians.
Kind of the kind.
We don't even understand that we're the children of slaves and that we're Israelites.
That's right.
And that we should serve the God of the Bible and to get the hell out of America, to get the hell out of Mexico, to get the hell out of Haiti. But instead, we accept it. We wave those stupid flags. We love our heritage. You love Mexican heritage. You love American heritage. You love Puerto Rican heritage. When all of that is just slave heritage. This heritage, our heritage is found in the Bible. That's where our culture is found. We're Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
And so if you understood that, then you would want to get the hell out of America. You wouldn't want to be an American any longer, but because the church, because it lulls us to sleep, it rocks us to sleep, we really believe we're Americans, and we should chase the American dream. So we teach our children to go get a good job. That's the best thing you can do in life, baby girl. Get a good job, and then the police won't mess with you.
Right.
You go be a doctor, and then you won't be looked at as a filthy nigga. Open up a clinic and be Michael Jordan, be a $1 billion player, NBA player, and you're gonna get treated nicely by white people. It's not all white people; they're not all bad. And so, because you're Christian, you get lulled to sleep just like a baby, just like a baby in your arms. You get lulled to sleep and don't even know the dangers of society. You don't even realize how much at war your people are at. You don't realize that you've been at war since 400 or 500 years ago. The oppressor never stopped being at war with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
But because of Christianity, you would never know.
That's right.
And so, to your statement that I know I'm not the only one who want to get out of America, brother. Sadly, in the UPK, we're the only ones who want salvation.
Kind of the kind.
We're the only ones who want to get salvation from our God and our power to get out of America, to get out of oppression, because everybody else is a Christian and they're not ready to end America. They think this is the greatest country on the face of the earth. They think that this is the best thing that that could ever be. There's not a kingdom that could be greater than America. I'm going to fight for America and salute the flag. Little do you know, you will rule the planet Earth.
That's right.
You could rule the earth instead of being a slave to it. But what do I know? I'm ready to get the hell out of America too. So maybe we're just two cult members and cult leaders that are absolute nuts.
Goddamn right.
Maybe we're just nuts. We actually love our people, unlike Christians. So what the hell do I know? I know this much. I know that the Bible is true, and I know that the Bible says that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the children of Israel.
That's right.
And that we're not stinking, filthy Americans.
Damn right.
That this place is not the place of our rest. I know the Bible says that. I know we're not Mexicans, and we're not Haitians. We're not none of that garbage. I know we're the children of God, and we're the sons of the power, and that we should rule this earth because this was our inheritance. But instead, we want to stay and be American. Go be an American. I'll take all of the women that you were supposed to get. I'll take all of the power and the authority and might that you were supposed to get. You go be an American like Ben Carson. You go be a feminist like Angela Davis. And I'll just get all of the wealth and the power when Christ returns, and the chariots too, and the rulership and the land and all of the garrisons that I can control, I'll get it all, while you just go feed my slaves.
That's right.
I was never an American because I am the children of slaves.
That's right.
And being a children of slaves and being an Israelite means that one day, if I can keep the laws of God and have brotherhood to my people, then I will own the planet Earth. I will rule right alongside Christ when he returns. Salaki.
Most High in Christ. Now, dropping it heavy. And I want to say this before we get out of here, so blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will understand that it's two different type of freedoms, man. You got the freedom, the illusion from the Christian church and your oppressor. When the scriptures tell you that, you know, the truth shall make you free. Shalom. The truth shall make you free, man. You understand? It's only one truth. The truth is in the Bible. You understand? And truth, according to the Bible, you have to endure through some things. If everything is given to you, and if you want to continue to be a slave here in America, you're going to continue to suffer. So if you're tired of like situations like George Floyd, if you're tired of molestation, if you're tired of crack in your neighborhood and all the other drugs in your neighborhood, guess what? You're going to separate from America. So when you separate from America, guess what's going to happen? Things are going to get rougher. Just like when we separated from Egypt. Everybody was complaining when, you know, everybody was ready to leave Egypt up under Moses. But when they seen that we had to suffer and we had to go through some things, all the good slaves wanted to go back to Egypt. And that's the mentality we have here in America, man. So if you're a so-called black, Latino, or Native Indian man, you have to learn how to endure with your brother. You have to learn how to endure with your nation. And you can't be weak. You can't waver. The truth shall make you free, man. You can't be lukewarm. You got to know that this is what it is. The Lord doesn't change. You understand? The Lord doesn't change, unlike your Christian pastors, unlike the Christian church, unlike anything that you've been taught your whole entire life. The Lord doesn't change, man. So if you want to learn how to be free, if you want to learn how to serve the Lord, if you want to learn how to be a brother and sister, man, go to isupk.com in the city near you. You understand? If you're in Kansas City, Independence, Wyandotte, Leavenworth, Topeka, anywhere in these surrounding cities by Kansas City, man, no Cowards KC. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We're here, man, trying to serve our nation. You understand? Up under Commanding General Hana. And with that, I'll read the security announcements, and we'll get up out of here, man. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21. Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 through 10 means tenth in the Hebrew, my Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, the Lord gives you, Salakia. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations right now. Currently, we just ended the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Get a Most High hand for that. You understand? Saturday is sundown. We just ended the Feast of Unleavened Bread where we didn't have, you know, any leavening in our house, and we ate unleavened bread for 7 days. And sundown, we went into the Feast of the First Fruits, which lasts 50 days. You understand? So that's what we're currently observing now. So that's the holy convocation we're observing now, the Feast of First Fruits. You understand? Remind Akim and Akwak to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, war scarf. And with that, class dismissed.